Wagwan people, what you saying? It is I, Diligent Fingers, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the Viewpoint. Now, I know I said in the first Viewpoint video that this was going to be a weekly thing, but obviously, you know, it's not. That episode came out quite late, as it was really, because there's been a few things going on in my personal life, as well as technical difficulties, as well as other things. But at the same time, they're also the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast and sort of give my opinion on YouTube and its community. So yeah, it's following on from the recent videos that Just Dan and Big Poppa Sam have put up. You know, with it being over a year now, just coming up to it, either being a year or just over a year of me taking my YouTube channel seriously, I thought I would give my 2 cents and sort of review, you know, the last year of me being a YouTuber, so to speak. Now, for all intents and purposes, I do agree with both Just Dan and Big Poppa Sam, but I feel like there are 2 different types of YouTubers that I've found throughout this last year of being a YouTuber, you know, and, you know, I've been quiet, as I said before, because of personal problems, because of technical difficulties, but also because of the things that had happened, certain things that have happened, and certain things that are going on within the YouTube community itself as well. As I was saying before, the 2 different types of YouTubers that I have found are people that are all about growth, just all about growth. All they talk about is growth, all they talk about is numbers, all they talk about is reaching milestones and stuff like that. And then there are people that actually do it because they enjoy making the content and they just want to make more content. I realized this quite early into like becoming a regular YouTuber, and that was because of fallouts over guidelines within groups, you know, sub for sub, you know, things like that, support for support, you know. And it's not that I'm trying to bring up those issues again, I just feel like it really makes a point, because these are still things that are being talked about, you know, whether it is a good idea to follow these methods or not. Me personally, I'm doing YouTube because I enjoy creating content. I love making music, I love playing games, I love talking to people about things what are going on within life. So that's why I want to do it. You know, I've worked on TV shows before, like TV sets before, I've done, you know, mini documentaries, I've made music videos, and I feel like YouTube is a great place for me to carry on those skills. You know, in terms of getting a large following or anything like that, as far as I'm concerned, if that does happen, then it's a bonus, but it's not the primary focus of why I want to create content on YouTube, you know. And in the beginning, I ended up finding out that I was on that side through having these arguments and having these little sort of debates about, you know, how to go about gaining growth on YouTube when it comes to building a genuine audience. So, you know, obviously these debates happened, and as a result of these debates I've ended up losing good friends, you know. And that's what made me sort of cool down and quieten down with making videos, because it made me question, well, what am I doing it for? Am I actually doing it because I enjoy doing it, or am I doing it because I want some sort of, you know, massive following and stuff like that? Now, this isn't to say that I have a problem with people that are all about growth. No problems with that whatsoever. You know, it's just when it's done under the guise of you're just doing this because you enjoy it, even though all the main conversations are about numbers, about growth, you know. And I had to look at a few people sideways when these conversations kept coming up, because it's very hard to tell whether someone is being genuine or not on YouTube. I'll just put it out there. I'll just say it off the off. For me, what my problem became, who is genuine and who isn't genuine on YouTube. who is really talking to me and wanting to connect with me because they are genuinely, you know, enthusiastic about what I'm doing? Or is it just another leg up? You know, I'm another YouTuber, they're a YouTuber, let's get together and hopefully we may grow our subscribers and all this kind of stuff, you know. And it's funny because I look back and within the beginning conversations where I would be with this old friend and we'd be talking about, you know, building a network together and, you know, having a team of all of us like doing gaming videos and talking about gaming. For me, it was all about the creativity, but for this other person, you know, it was all about the numbers. You know, for me, having a team would mean being able to do skits, having more people to create better videos, you know, scenes and maybe special effects. You know, there was even talk of trying to develop our own game in the beginning, but for me that was amazing. But for the other person, and I'm not going to name this other person because again, I don't want to bring old grudges, old issues back up, but for that other person, it was just about the numbers. I'd have conversations with other YouTubers and they would always throw this thing of, oh, I've been doing this for so many years, so, you know, this, that and the other, I know what I'm talking about, or I should have more than what I have now. You know what I mean? And personally, I feel like you may be fighting a losing battle, or you may be setting too much expectations on yourself or on everybody else for you to be able to reach that number that you've got set in your head. You know, and it kind of skews the expectations of your fans as well, I think, because one thing that I noticed becoming a YouTuber rather than just being a person that watches YouTube is that in order to be part of a community, I had to change my watching habits. So, and what I mean by that is I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTube channels. I think I checked the other day and I think it was something silly like 374 different YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. Obviously there's some channels that don't post very often. It may be a month, 2 months between posts, you know. I'd say there's a lot of artists YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to, and when it comes to musical artists, it is kind of like that, where it is every now and again that they'll post a video, and when they do, it might be a series of videos to promote, you know, a certain project that's coming out, or it might be just, you know, a random video because they had an idea at one point and they wanted to put it in visual form. But because I watch so many different YouTube channels, a lot being from like top YouTubers to do with tech, to do with, you know, film editing, tutorials, to do with news and gossip that's going on in the YouTube community, to do with social justice issues, as well as gaming, as well as music, you know, as well as podcasts and stuff like that. And I've never been a commenter. I've never really been a commenting type of viewer. You know, I'm more of the silent type of viewer. If I'm really enthusiastic about something, then yeah, I will make a comment, or yeah, I will click on the like button, you know. And coming into the actual YouTube community, it was like everyone wants you to comment on like every single video that they do, you know. You hear about YouTubers, you know, saying it every time, no, give us a like on the video, you know, comment down below, what do you think, this, that and the other, subscribe if you were new, do you know what I mean, if you're new to the channel and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's the in thing, you know, especially with the recent algorithm change where it is all about engagement and stuff like that. For me, it was like, I've never really had the time to be that type of person anyway. It's always been as and when I can, you know, watch your channel, or if I've got the time to watch a video that's an hour long or half an hour long, or, you know, predominantly the main videos that I watch are music videos and just videos that I'm really enthusiastic about. Like, as an example, like Comics Explained. I watch a lot of Comics Explained stuff where it's breaking down, you know, comic issues, what they're about, what's about to happen, what has happened in the past and stuff. Now, some of these videos can be between 12 minutes long and 45 minutes long, you know, depending on how good the story, how big the story is, how much exposition there is. You know, more than likely I will watch that video because it means I can just crack on and do what I need to do in the background, but still, you know, catch up on my favorite comics that have just been released. You know, in terms of gaming videos, if I'm honest, I don't really watch that many gaming videos because most of the videos that are being put out, they're of games that I eventually want to play. So I don't want the game spoiled for me by watching somebody else play it. I found that straight away with like fellow YouTubers when they would put out videos like Outlast. I'd watched a couple of episodes here and there from like PewDiePie or, you know, other people that had played it, but in terms of watching a whole series, it didn't happen because I wanted to play it myself. And that Gears of War 4, loads of people started doing Gears of War 4 videos, couldn't watch them because I want to play the game myself and I don't want it spoiled, you know. And plus I wanted to put my own footage of it up as well. You know, so it's like, I feel like sometimes people don't think about those little things, you know what I mean? Like with Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 7 came out, everybody and their dog started doing videos on it, and I couldn't watch any of them, none of them, because at some point I do want to get the game and play it myself. You know, I also have to think about the fact of who are my actual audience, who are my actual subscribers, you know, and it'd probably be fair to say maybe 40%, 50% of my subscribers are probably other YouTubers. So if that's my subscriber base, then obviously if they're doing the same thing that I'm doing, then they're probably not going to be watching all of my videos, you know. And even with that, like, it shouldn't be a problem for anybody to say, oh, I've not watched your video. But I've seen spats on Twitter where people have said, felt like they have to apologize for not watching everybody's video as soon as they come out, or at least every single video that they've put out. I've seen people apologize for it, and it's like, no one should be apologizing for that. Like, people have their ways of consuming content, their ways of watching entertainment, you know. This whole active subscribers thing, you know, I've seen loads of people putting up tweets about, right, I only want active subscribers subscribe to my channel. You know, so if you're one of those lurkers, then unsubscribe from me now. I'm thinking, what the fuck? I'm still supporting you by watching your content. Like that, that's what it's all supposed to be about, isn't it? Like, people, you're making content that people want to watch. How they choose to engage with that piece of content is up to them. But setting these parameters for your own audience and for people that want to support what you do, setting any kind of parameters is wrong. You have no control over your audience, and your audience has no control over you. Like, I mean this in the nicest possible way, like no disrespect whatsoever, but you know, I don't owe my audience anything, and my audience, you know, don't owe me anything. I'm appreciative, whether it's for somebody to slag down my video because they don't like it, or whether they do enjoy it, whether I get a comment or not. You know, engagement would be a bonus, you know, it would be, but the fact that people are even just checking it out, whatever piece of content that I do, I'm thankful for that. That's it. Would it be great to have an abundance of numbers? Of course it would. There isn't anybody in the world that would deny that fact. But that's not my primary focus, you know. But that's just my opinion on things, really. Like ultimately, I have no problem with how you want to approach being a YouTuber. It's entirely up to you. Or if you feel like you need to jump ship and go to VidMe or any of these other platforms or anything like that, I don't have a problem with that. Diversify yourself. Spread yourself about, make sure you're in as many places as you possibly can. I think that's a good way to be able to promote yourself, you know. but just make sure that those intentions are clear, you know. And more to the point, which I wanted to make throughout all of this, don't assume that everybody has the same goals as you, because that's what it turned out. Like when I had this fallout with a good friend, that's what it turned out to be. He assumed I had the exact same goals, and I wanted to approach everything in the exact same way that he did. And it's not the case. Not everybody isn't the same. I'm using YouTube as a creative outlet. That's it. It's not going to save my life. It's not going to get me out of poverty or anything like that. It's just a creative outlet, you know. And I can say that that's the same for, you know, just that, you know, and Big Poppa Sam, you know. So I agree with them, and I feel like the reason why, you know, they've had to make the videos that they've made is because, you know, everybody isn't on growth. Everybody doesn't use YouTube the exact same way. But I feel like that is something that is completely forgotten, especially in this day and age. You say you're a YouTuber, you know, people immediately think PewDiePie, 53 million subscribers, oh, he must be making a lot of money, oh, that's what you want to do. Like straight away, oh, you're a YouTuber, oh yeah, you need to do a video that goes viral, mate, then you'll smash it. You know, that's the common, you know, response that I used to get whenever I told anybody that, you know, I was making videos regularly. It was all about the viral video that just blows up, and, you know, no. It'd be nice if that happens, but no, it's not the primary focus. I just enjoy making content. If anything, it's just sad that, you know, all this infighting, these arguments, these debates that everybody's having within this YouTube community, it made me step back away from creating content for a bit. It jaded me a little bit. It left me a bit disillusioned, you know, like what really is the crack? Do you know what I mean? By the time that I have had away, like I've been able to get back to why I wanted to do it in the first place, you know. I've wanted to make this video for ages, even when the whole hashtag not my YouTube sort of tag challenge was going about. I wanted to even make that video and sort of explain a couple of these things, you know. But at the same time, because there was so much infighting and there was arguments still going on, you know, between YouTubers and stuff like that, I didn't think it was the right time. But there's been so much talk about the algorithm, you know, YouTube as a whole. Is it a dead platform? Is YouTube over? And, you know, all of this sort of stuff. And there's been so many debates on how it should be approached. Now more than ever, it was a good time to just put my 2 cents out there, you know, and so people at least know where I stand, you know. So thank you very much for listening. I hope it's not been too rambly. And I just wanted to sort of get it out. I did try and do like bullet points and stuff like that, but, you know, I felt like it was just better to find the right time and then just get it out there really off the cuff and that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Take it easy, and as always, blessings to you all.
Tiger uppercut.